Well, it is the last full day of spring, and for that reason, we're going to pull out the almanac. You're going to notice that we saw a high of 91 degrees here in Decatur, but our average sits about 84 degrees. Major difference between the two, but it's not something we haven't seen before. In fact, if you look back into the 1900s, we saw a record high of about 105 degrees with a record low of 40. So a little bit of a range there, but we're pretty seasonal right now. The issue is, it makes it enhanced as far as just how hot it is because of the conditions that we have seen recently with the drought and everything else that goes along with it. Now, the nice thing is we haven't really had to deal with too much of that humidity across the area. So as we take a live look overlooking Lake Decatur, lots of sunshine, still a little bit of haze in the sky every now and then, possibly from the smoke. So if you're someone that likes to get photos of the sunset, it's a good evening to do so because the smoke that continues to filter through will provide a little bit of an enhancement to the coloration of the sunset. Temperature right now, though, still around 90 degrees across the area. Satellite radar keeps us dry for the most part across central Illinois. We haven't really seen much in the way of any clouds. There are some rain chances down towards Kentucky and Tennessee. That was what we were hoping to get about a couple days ago. Hasn't been the case. It's kind of slid off to our west and south, and because of that, just kind of went from Minneapolis and all the way out towards that Nashville area. Again, we just didn't see much in the form of rain except for a few local communities. But this area of high pressure continues to wreak havoc across the area. But realistically, instead of just the heat, something that I look for whenever we want a chance of rain is in of itself the relative humidity. Because if that increases, that does increase our chance for some rain. In fact, you can actually see that. This is where all the rain chances are, there in the green. We're sitting in the yellow and kind of in the white. It's relatively low right now. Yes, it's going to be humid out there at times, but it's not enough for rain to overcome what the recent weather patterns we have seen is. So as we look at Futurecast, again, not really expecting a whole lot in this forecast by any means. Could see a quick rain chance going into about Sunday. And that's as soon as that we would talk about that chance of rain. Futurecast is going to continue to keep us dry up until that point. So Saturday, notice the rain chances out towards our west starting to build up. Sunday may be moving through. Again, this is one of those situations where this chance of rain will be at its dissipating form as it rolls through. But the hope is that it comes overnight. The reason for that, chances of rain overnight during the summer have a much better chance of staying intact than they do during the day. In fact, that's whenever humidity is at its highest point over a 24-hour period, typically is at night. So we want this to roll through starting maybe Saturday night, and then that would enhance its ability to actually stay intact going through Sunday in of itself. But realistically, if it stays intact, we could see it linger into Monday as well. I don't think there's a huge likelihood for that, but I'm not going to rule it out this far out just yet. So tonight, 65 degrees. We're going to continue to talk about mostly clear skies, a little bit of breeze every now and then. But as we go around the horn, notice temperature is still around 90 degrees. A few clouds every now and then out towards that Indiana state border, but most of us topping out in the upper 80s to low 90s again tomorrow. But overall, if you're down towards that I-70 corridor, maybe even some communities in the mid-80s. Again, a few clouds down that way just because that system that's out towards Nashville could give us the positive feedback of a few clouds. But plenty of sunshine even for the state capital there. Again, it's going to be another hot one across central Illinois over the next several days. This weekend, though, that's whenever things really start to top out around 92 degrees. We're also going to look at the chance for some humidity there. I think it's really kind of Sunday that we see the increased chance there. So that's why I have the rain possibility there going into Sunday. The hope is it becomes widespread, but it comes to an end pretty quickly. As you can see, that sunshine returns going into about middle of next week.